Hello and welcome everyone to another quick edit video. As you can see, I am not editing a landscape picture as I wasn't able to get any good shots the past few days. So I thought I might as well test my new macro extension tube set, and I took a few pictures of a random flower. Also, I'm going to use the focus stacking technique later in Photoshop. Alright, the first thing I am doing is I removed the chromatic aberration, and I'm also enabling the profile correction here under the lens correction settings. Then I am starting with the basic editing. As I like the color cast of this image, I am not going to change the white balance here. Also, I am not touching the highlights for the moment, but I will be increasing the shadows just a little bit, as well as the whites. Then I'm decreasing the blacks a little bit and add a bit of clarity. I am not going to touch the vibrance or saturation settings here. Instead, I'm going to the color menu, and here I'm pushing the orange and magenta colors. Now for the highlights in the split toning section, I think I will be going with the blue color tone to give my image this kind of vintage look. Also, as always, I'm sharpening the image quite a lot, but I'm also masking out blurry areas. As I'm going to focus stack those three images you can see down here, I need to apply those settings on the last two shots. So I'm going to select the first one and select the others as well, and I'm just syncing the settings here. And now I can switch over to Photoshop for the final editing part. Now to focus stack those images, I just loaded every single picture into Photoshop. Then I just have to select them, go to Edit and Auto Blend Layers. As you can see, you have the option to blend a panorama image or just stack the images. As we are going to focus stack, I'm going with the second option. Now that the focus stacking is finished, I'm going to merge those three layers by selecting them and pressing Ctrl E. The next thing I want to do is get rid of those sensor spots you can see here. Therefore, I am zooming in and select the spot healing brush tool and just brush over them. Also, I want this image to be horizontal, so I will be rotating it counterclockwise. And now comes the final editing, therefore I am using the Nik Collection. And as always, I am starting with the Pro Contrast filter, where I will be adding a bit of dynamic contrast. Then I'm going to add this filter one more time, just for the center of this flower. Now the whole image is affected by this filter, so I need to apply a layer mask, and then I'm masking out areas which I don't want to be affected by this filter. Actually, I'm going to fill this layer mask with a black color. Then I am choosing a white brush tool and just paint over the areas which I want to be affected by it. And then I'm merging the two upper layers again by hitting Ctrl E. Now I want to make the colors pop out more, so I'm adding the polarization filter of the Nik Collection and just increase the strength by a lot. One last thing I want to do is to bring out those water droplets on this flower. Therefore, I will be using the dodge tool, which basically increases the exposure of highlights, shadows or midtones, depending on what you have selected. I'm going for the highlights, and then I just brush over those water drops. Alright, and that's it for this shot. I hope you could learn something from this video, although macro photography is not my main style of photography. Feel free to subscribe to my channel for new videos.